Good day, everyone. The Clinical and Laboratory Standards Institute is pleased to present this webinar, Making the Most of Your CLSI Membership for Delegates and Alternate Delegates. My name is Darian, and I'm your host for today's program. Please note that this presentation is being recorded and all participants are muted. Closed captioning is accessible through the Zoom tool at the bottom of your screen. The program will last up to 45 minutes and will include a question and answer opportunity. We encourage you to submit your questions at any time through the Q&A panel at the bottom of your screen. In a few moments, we will be sending you a link to the handouts through the chat box at the bottom of your screen. This includes a copy of the PowerPoint slides, which will be available in both a full page and 3 slides per view. And now it is my pleasure to introduce today's presenters. Dr. Barb Jones was appointed as Chief Executive Officer for CLSI on May 15th, 2022. She is the third CEO in CLSI's 54-year history. Dr. Jones' experience includes operations leadership, laboratory management, pharmaceutical and quality standards development, regulatory policy, and business development at both the national and international levels. Prior to her role as CLSI's CEO, Barb was Senior Vice President, Scientific Operations and Regulatory Affairs at Viant Bio in San Diego, California. Katie Barnett is CLSI's Director of Membership and User Experience and has been with CLSI for the past 14 years. She previously held positions of Membership Director and Manager of Membership and Marketing. Jessica Chu Macero is CLSI's Customer Relationship Manager. Her responsibilities include building, retaining, maintaining, and fostering relationships between CLSI and its stakeholders, including members, customers, volunteers, and vendors. Speakers, welcome to the program.
Thank you. All right. I'm Katie, and thank you for the introduction. Thanks everyone for joining. It looks like we still have a few people dialing in, but I'll go ahead and get started. We really appreciate everybody taking time from their day to join us on this webinar, and we'll do our best to keep it within the 45 minutes we've designated for the webinar. So I'm going to get started and do a quick overview of CLSI. I know a lot of you are very familiar with our organization, but we just want to fill in the gaps for anyone that isn't. The overview of CLSI. So as most of you know, we are a global leader in setting clinical laboratory standards. We're a not-for-profit, volunteer-driven, consensus-based organization that develops standards and best practices for the field of laboratory medicine. Our vision is setting the standards in laboratory medicine for a healthier world, and our mission is developing clinical and laboratory practices and promoting their use worldwide. What we do. So basically, we bring together groups of people like you on the phone to establish standards through a consensus process. So our process, we'll go over that in a little bit, but our process is key to the success of the organization and what we do. So we facilitate the development of the standards. I'm going to go ahead and launch a quick poll. We have a few polls throughout the presentations today to help engage with the audience and let everybody know who's on the phone and who we're talking to. I'm going to launch that. And while we do that, I'll talk about our constituencies. So we have 3 constituencies that make up the organization: professionals, which are mostly laboratories, hospitals, and people with direct patient care; industry members, who make up the medical device manufacturing group, et cetera; government departments such as the CDC and FDA. And this approach ensures a fair and balanced standards development process. Looks great. And let's see if this works. And I should be able to share the results now. So we have some great representation from industry on the phone, one government, a couple government people it looks like, and majority are healthcare professions. And this breakdown actually is very representative of our member base. Okay. Sorry about that. Great. And then the organizational Sorry about that. It's just not advancing for me. Great. So we have 600 individual members. We have 100 organizational industry members. We have hospitals and independent laboratories that make up a large portion of our member base. We have over 1,600 volunteers helping to develop CLSI standards. And we have 24,000 users of our documents. And those are around the world. See, we have 250 standards, just setting the scene for what we're talking about here. But I will get more into how we use our standards and how to get involved with CLSI. But right now I'm going to turn it over to Barb Jones, our new CLSI CEO.
Hi, everyone. So Jessica, if you can go to the next slide, I want to show you what a photographer can do for me. That is not what I look like. This is what I look like. So I just want to talk with you a little bit. I only have a few minutes with you, and I wish that I could see all of your faces because you really are such an important and critical part of CLSI and what we do. So I want to get across a couple of things to you. Before I do, I want you to trust me. So I need to tell you a little bit about who I am and how I got to CLSI. I would say that it's really, Jessica, if you could go right there, that's perfect. So I always like to say I have a 360-degree view of diagnostics and clinical analysis and testing. And so I'll just sort of walk you through my timeline. I've got the face enhancement thing going on in Zoom. I'm much older than I look. So that's how I did all of this in that span of time. But I started my career actually as an end user for diagnostic testing and clinical analyses. In that I was a dietitian and I worked at many different areas in dietetics. I worked at Fred Hutch with high acuity bone marrow transplant patients at the start of my career, and then went into public health and community nutrition and worked in Arizona in that capacity, helping people to make decisions about their healthcare based on the tests that you do or that you make available. I went back to school and got my doctorate in analytical chemistry and devoted myself to diagnostics through technology, where I worked in microfluidics and lab-on-a-chip technology, and then became enamored with standards. And that's how I caught the bug in standards development and became an expert in standards. I had the opportunity to represent NIST and essentially the technology industries with the U.S. House of Representatives. I went to advise the House on science and technology and especially standards. And then changed my direction more into pharmaceuticals and worked from that point forward, looking at how to improve the quality of medicines, how to facilitate global standards development, healthcare policy, et cetera. And then finally into mergers and acquisitions, the business side of things. It was very fun and found my way here. But I do want to tell you that, and this is what I want to get across, is that though this looks like a very twisted route to get to here, I always had my eye towards the patient. And if you look at it from that patient perspective, improving the lives of patients, improving the diagnoses for patients, and you look at that thread as it goes through this trajectory, this journey, makes a ton of sense for me to be here leading CLSI. Can you move to the next slide, Jessica? It just will say delegates, because that is what I want to talk to, is your role as a delegate. And thank you all for being here. And thank you for the work that you do for CLSI. Indeed, you are CLSI. And I hope that as you look at what the team is going to present to you in terms of your role, I hope that you are a little chuffed with yourself. You have a very important role for CLSI. You are CLSI. And we'll talk about how you can take what you do, the information that you have, and put it into practice. It's really important for all, not just for the people that you serve as delegate within your organizations, but indeed for all patients across the world. Every single person who deals with a diagnosis is impacted by the work you do for CLSI. I tell my staff that all the time. This is not a small responsibility. We have a huge responsibility, and I thank you so much for your part that you play in that. You'll see that in my up in my picture is my email address. It is bjones@clsi.org. You need to let me know if you need anything. We are here for you because you are here for the patients. So thank you very much. And I'll turn that this back over to Katie or Jessica.
Sorry, just unmuting myself there. Thank you, Barb. That was great. And a great lead in to the portion of our webinar today about delegate, your role as a delegate and what that means in the practical side. Sorry, just making sure I can control the slides here. One second. Okay. So as a delegate for your membership, you represent your organization. As the leader of your CLSI membership within your organization, you get to promote CLSI within your organization. And you also get to represent your company to CLSI. We talked a little bit before about being a consensus organization. And we really, we do what we do because of you and the feedback and input we get from our volunteers and also our members. Every consensus document that comes through CLSI gets voted on by our members. And those members are you. So the delegates and alternate delegates get to vote on the documents and provide comments during the public review period. You also can nominate people or volunteer yourself to give your input on the documents and help shape the standards that we produce. Our standards are also developed because of ideas from our members and our constituents. So we as CLSI staff don't come up with all of the ideas for the documents. We really need to hear from the people using the standards and what holes we need to fill in the industry. So idea development is another great thing that you can bring to the table. As Barb said, you're the ones really facing those patients. And board of director and leadership positions, again, as a nonprofit consensus organization, we're heavily driven by the amazing work of our constituents. So we talked about the delegates, that's the main leader of the membership, but we also have the opportunity for every organization to have an alternate delegate. So they basically they take the role of the delegate. In addition to them, we know you're all very busy, so it helps share a little bit of that responsibility. And one company, one voice. It's an important slide. I don't want me to skip over it. So again, this goes back to sharing your voice, making sure you're represented in our document development. And getting into volunteering. So volunteering is such a wonderful opportunity that you can bring into your organization and help share that information. But our process is basically a very thorough process based on consensus and collaboration. So from the idea generation, from members and constituents to selection of the participants, and that goes through our consensus council, who's one of the leadership groups of CLSI, and they help to create a balanced committee made up not just of those three constituencies we talked about earlier, but also people with different levels of experience. So people that are doing laboratory tests, that are developing machinery, people that are setting regulation or focused on quality, people at different levels of experience. I'm going to go ahead and start the next little slide here. One second. goes. Trying to launch the poll here and it's not. It's never participate or work when you really want them to, right? Okay, so there that goes. And we'll go on to the next slide as we let that run. Okay, so we're going to share all these slides with you at the end of this, but some of these are great to share internally, but here are some ideas about how to get involved with CLSI. So what interests does your organization have? Ideas for documents, volunteering on committees, anyone, it doesn't need to be the delegate that volunteers. Anyone at the organization can volunteer or propose a project. We have both of those URLs up here for you. And then on the participation on the commenting period of documents for review. It's another great piece we're going to get into in a little bit because we have an exciting new feature about bringing more people in to the process of commenting on documents. Oops. Jessica, I think I somehow switched over to your browser. Let me stop the remote control. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what I clicked. I'll keep, I have some backup slides here, so I can keep going.
You see the slideshow now, Katie? You want to request access again?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. My mouse is going a little crazy. Okay. Looks like I have control again. Thanks, Jess. Okay. I'm going to share the results for the poll. So we have over half of you that have participated as a CLSI volunteer. That's so excellent. Thanks, everybody. We love hearing that. And we'll talk a little bit about the areas that you can access as a volunteer for CLSI. So the first one up here is CLSI Exchange. And this is where we do a lot of our document development work. So ideas are shared there. And the work is posted there. Notifications are up there. Again, that's CLSI Exchange. And the really nice thing about all of our areas, whether it's Exchange or our website, is we have one sign-in. So you can, sorry about that. You can access everything through the CLSI website. And Jess is going to get into adding other people to your account during her portion. But you as the delegate, you can add other members of your organization to your account. So this is just a quick view of Exchange, but we'll go into the next slide. So the next thing I'm excited to talk to you about is the voting and commenting portal. So most of you have seen this as the new place to review documents and add comments and vote. But the big announcement we have for this webinar is that you now can solicit comments from from other people at your organization, from experts within your company. So we've been listening to our members and hearing how you want to be able to share documents for public review with people, the experts at your organization in those areas. So we've created a way for you to allow anyone connected to your organization to review and comment on the document, and they submit those comments to you. So as the delegate, again, you are the leader and the owner of the account. So all comments from your colleagues will come through you. So they can go into, this is just a quick view of the commenting portal. But oops. Can we do a view of it? I'll show that later. But they'll log into the commenting portal and they'll be able to click comment on behalf of whoever the delegate's name is. When they comment, their comments will come in as drafts to you as the delegate. So then you can go in and see all of the draft comments that have been entered entered to you, essentially. And then you could either change that comment. So again, you're representing your company. So change it to something that is slightly more relevant, add another point, whatever you need to do, and you can decide to submit it or not submit it. So funneling it right through you. And Jess will show you how you can add more people to your organization. But I think for the most part, a lot of a lot of them should already be connected in there, but at any point, if you have a new expert, you can add them in and allow them to comment. So we will have much more coming on this, including some quick walkthrough videos and instructions and some sample emails you can share with people within your organization about the feature.
And Katie, I can't help but chime in because I want to say that even though we've muted everybody, I'm sure that they are all clapping and appreciative of all the work that everybody on staff did to make that feature come about. And so congratulations on that. That was really, let me be the clapping voice for all of them. So.
Thank you, Barb. And to reiterate what you said before, we want to hear from everybody. So feel free to reach out to any of us. Especially me on this feature. I would love to hear if it works, if there's things you wish it did that it doesn't do. This is definitely something that we are basing off of our member feedback and trying to build what works for everybody. So feel free to reach out about that. And these are just the documents that are currently up for public review. So there are 3 documents. There might be a 4th actually that just came out that are available for review and comment. Volunteer opportunities. This is also a great opportunity to talk about our expert panels and consensus council. We have 2 deadlines out there for those. This is the time of year that we do reappointments and change positions over. So looks like November 10th is the date for those. We also have the subcommittee on veterinary antimicrobial susceptibility testing and another vet document. So heavily vet focused, which I'm not sure if we have any. I don't have a polling question for that, but probably have fewer veterinarians on the phone, but that is another area CLSI works very heavily in. So let's keep going. But definitely if you've participated in CLSI for a while, if you've volunteered for other things, look at the expert panel volunteer opportunities or council. We love seeing new faces on those groups, and the expert panels cover all of the specialty areas that we work in. And this is just a view of the project idea form. So again, that'll be in the follow-up email. We'll link you to all those fun places on our website, but we always love to get ideas for new documents through the website. Now I'm going to turn it over to Jessica to talk about member benefits a bit. Just stop my remote control. Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you, Katie. I'm Jessica. You have all probably heard of me at one point or another during your membership year. So let's talk about benefits. Access to all the benefits that are included in your membership will help your organization achieve its goals and deliver high quality results. Your benefits do depend on what membership level you have. Discounts on products and programs such as print documents and e-learning courses range anywhere from 25 to 70% depending on your member level. As an organizational member, all employees at your location are eligible to make purchases at this discounted rate. They just need to make sure that their CLSI login is connected to the membership so that they see that rate when they are making purchases online. Some levels also include free shipping on print items and access to Eclipse, our full online library of documents. I will talk more about Eclipse later in this presentation. Membership also includes standards development opportunities such as voting, which Katie was just discussing. As a CLSI member, you get more savings, more access, more influence, more visibility, and more for all. While most of our memberships are for one location only, our health system membership extends all the level 1 benefits to multiple sites in your system. This includes full Eclipse access to all staff at the locations covered by this system membership. This membership starts at $8,500 for up to 8 sites. We would be happy to work with you on a custom quote. While a delegate and alternate oversee the system membership, each site can have an appointed administrator to manage users and relay CLSI information down the line. This is very important to make sure that all employees are aware of the access that they have. This simplified administration helps to promote full user access. My CLSI. I will walk you through these features directly shortly. I will point out online renewals, the directory, resources, order history, subscription management, the volunteer company roster, and more. You can manage users under your membership as the delegate and alternate. You can add new users or remove users who should no longer have access. You can also edit their basic information. Please note, all email address updates must be made through customer service. If you have a multi-site membership, such as the system membership, you can select what site to manage users at specifically. You can also export this list of users to a CSV file at any point for easy review. I will show you exactly where this is in my CLSI shortly. When logged into your CLSI account and on the shop page, you can see what your member price is. You will also be able to tell if this document is available in both PDF and print or just PDF. For free items, please note you will need to add it to your cart and follow the prompts to check out. You will not be prompted to add a credit card. The order history page is now broken up to product downloads for PDF document orders, education products for access information to e-learning courses such as the LQMS certificate program and webinars, and subscriptions for access and date information for subscriptions that are outside of your membership, such as Method Navigator, which I will discuss shortly. Let's walk through my CLSI directly now. Our URL is www.clsi.org. And as you all know, we have a single sign-on for all our platforms. I will point out some key features here for you. The top navigation bar, we have the shopping cart, Eclipse, which is the full online library of documents, e-learning, where you would access webinars such as this one, and courses, Exchange, which is the volunteer platform, Support, where you can see some FAQs and other related CLSI information, and meetings such as quarterly committee weeks that we have. The main toolbar here, Shop. You can see all our products, you can see what's new, you can find free resources, you can register for education courses such as LQMS or other webinars, you can find crosswalks, as well as helpful documents for COVID testing. And my CLSI, key part. This is the My CLSI homepage dashboard. I will detail these shortly. I just want to point out where all the important things are. We have order history, product downloads, areas of interest, my membership, manage users, where you go to add and remove people, as well as all of these buttons to link to the same portals that are in the top banner. You can renew your membership online. Just follow the prompts to add the renewal invoice to your cart, then check out. Your renewal invoice is available in here 3 months prior to your expiration date. Down here, we have your profile, which will have your primary email and address that we have on file, your organization's information, as well as the delegate, and if you have an alternate delegate, their information. Please note that other employees tied to the membership can see who their delegate and alternate delegate are and can access their email address. You can also see your membership type and your membership expiration date at any time, as well as download the membership certificate. A hard copy of this certificate is included in your member kit that is sent at the start of your membership year. The left-hand sidebar. Password reset if you need to change your login. The email list sign up. Here you can sign up for product releases, newsletters such as the AST biannual news update, and volunteering such as documents for public review. Please note that every user with a CLSI login can set their own preferences in My CLSI at any time. You can also opt out of any communications. Areas of interest. Let us know what your focus points are. So microbiology, newborn screening, etc. And again, everyone can set their own preferences in My CLSI. This will help us target some volunteer-focused emails, especially when there are calls out or other promotions on webinars and things like that. Address management. You can see what addresses we have on file and remove and add any new addresses. Please note that if you do need to remove or change an address, you will need to contact us at customerservice@clsi.org. Organization. Here is where you come to add, remove, or edit users, especially any additional people you want to add for document review, like Katie was talking about. You can see the full list here. If you have a multi-site membership, so this would be health systems and industry level 1, you can click this drop down and you would be able to select the specific site to manage users there directly. It is broken out by administrator and employee. You can remove a user. They will receive an email notification that they were removed in case it was done in error. And the edit function will let you change their first name, last name, and their title. You can also download the user data at any point. And if this is a multi-site membership, this will include the user data for all sites. Membership. Here is another place where you can go to renew your membership online and add the invoice to your cart. The member directory. Here you can search for organizations to see who is a current CLSI member. So for example, Ascension. You can see the company name, the delegate, the state, country, what their membership level is, what category, so what constituency they fall under, and their join date. Member resources, so this will include the delegate handbook, Accreditation Crosswalks, which I will touch on a little later, as well as the harmonized terminology database. You'll also be able to link to the voting opportunities, as Katie mentioned earlier, and you will get notifications when a document is up for vote. The latest insights from CLSI, so recent blog articles that we have posted, and this delegate training webinar, which will be updated to this version after this live session. Order history. So as mentioned, we now have it broken out by products, education, and subscriptions. We also have the MBS 01 video, which was recently made free. For anybody who wants to watch that, they just need to be logged in to their own CLSI account. As the delegate, you will notice that it says personal invoices and organization invoices. For organization invoices, you will see things such as memberships. For personal invoices would be your unique webinar registrations, any PDF purchases you purchase, as these documents are licensed to an individual. Events, here you'll see any past and upcoming events that you are registered for. For example, if you are registered for the January committee meeting, you would be able to see it here. And the accreditation resources, which again, I will touch on a little later. Down below on this left-hand sidebar, we have the volunteer section. Linked to CLSI Exchange, the volunteer portal. You can see your volunteer history for here as well, the active and inactive, as well as the start and end dates, the company volunteer roster. So if someone has applied to be on a committee and the status is pending, you would be able to see that here. This can help you just keep tabs on who is actively volunteering, who is trying to volunteer, and things like that. This list is exportable at any point, and you can also search for inactive volunteer rosters if you are looking for past data. We can link to the documents for public review, such as Katie mentioned before. There is a fourth one that is now recently up. You can link to the volunteer opportunities that we currently have and the volunteer expense form. Sorry about that. Education. CLSI offers e-learning courses and webinars that give you the opportunity to earn CE credits. Please note registration for these is by users and orders should be processed under the intended registrant, as they will have to log in through their own CLSI account to access and then get their credits. Many webinars are free for industry level 1 and health system members. You do need to follow the process though of adding the free webinar to your cart and checking out. It will not ask you for credit card information. The CLSI member logo is a new feature that will be coming in the next couple weeks. It will be available in My CLSI for download, and we encourage you to post it on your website and promote your affiliation to CLSI. CLSI's online library, Eclipse. Eclipse is the full document library of over 200 standards that CLSI has. This is updated with new and revised documents as published. Eclipse provides unlimited, comprehensive, searchable, accessible, and interactive CLSI access. It is included with health system, healthcare level 1, and industry levels 1 and 2 memberships. Let's do a quick demo. So when logged into your CLSI account, you can navigate to the Eclipse button in the top banner. If you are subscribed to multiple products, which I will touch on some of these subscriptions a little later, you will be able to select which one you want to access. The homepage dashboard. Our bulletin board is where you can see announcements of new and revised documents and document corrections. You can easily hyperlink to these new documents, as well as the pages where corrections have been made. The library, you can view all the CLSI documents in here, or you can go in directly to search by category. The left-hand side menu, you can have the last access document, a quick link to any document you establish a link to. I will show you how to do this shortly. In My Cloud, overview of the number of times personalization features are used, such as comments and bookmarks. For the search function, I recommend always doing a full text search for the best results. Let's look at a document. So when on a document, this left-hand sidebar is where you'll see the table of contents. You can hyperlink to different sections in the document. You have other formats. So page by page view, which is recommended for printing, the HTML view, which is what we're currently on, which is the default view, which allows you to use the personalization features I'm about to outline, and offline view, which will prompt you to download the console application to view documents offline. Related information, you can see what category the document falls under, what keywords are mentioned in the document status, prior versions, what it's referenced by, and what documents it references. You can hyperlink to any of these documents at any point. This side wheel allows you to jump between sections in a document, add a mark, add an annotation, or compare with a prior version. So you can see what has changed from one edition to the other. I know that this is very important with M100, which is the one CLSI document that does publish every year. Tools. Your main personalization tools. Clear, allows all personalization features done before to be erased. Quick is an established link appears on the quick link list on the left-hand side of the homepage dashboard, as I showed before. Annotation allows you to insert personal notes or annotations about specific documents or pages. These can be shared with colleagues or kept private. Bookmark, quick reference to a document or specific pages in a document, and this can again be created for personal use or shared with colleagues. Tag, the list of documents related to projects, departments, etc., can be created to help you manage tasks and establish quick access for personal or group reference. Mark attaches an importance marker to a document or specific pages as a simple reminder or alert to yourself. Collection, you can select and group pages from the same document or different documents together to create your own custom CLSI document. This is beneficial if you reference different sections of different documents at points that you just want to have easy access to instead of scrolling through the document each time. Changes, this will show you any changes or updates the document has. So if there was a correction or a new version as published, you can see what directly has changed from the prior version. Print, you can print documents from Eclipse. It will be watermarked with your name and the date. And manage, this just allows you to manage all of these personalization features such as comments and bookmarks. Please feel free to reach out at any point if you want a more in-depth Eclipse demo.
Jess, I'm just going to pause here for a sec to just say, Jess is going to show us a couple more things if we have time, but feel free to start putting in a Q&A. We will try to end right at 2:15 and we will follow up with any extra questions. But if you have any you want to put into the Q&A area now, we'll get them ready to go. Sorry, go ahead, Jess.
Accreditation resources. Learn what CLSI standards will give you the guidance you need to fulfill ISO, CAP, FDA, and Joint Commission requirements. These crosswalks can be found in My CLSI in the left-hand sidebar as shown below. New CLSI documents and products. So here are a few of some micro and method validation documents that have recently published. If you have Eclipse access, all of these documents can be found in there. And as the delegate, you will get an email notifying you of any new documents. New subscription product. Method Navigator. Method Navigator is an online subscription product that provides you with users with quick and easy access to specific guidance from CLSI documents. It was designed to help test developers, whether they are test manufacturers or laboratories developing tests, fulfill FDA, CLIA, ISO, and other requirements. Built off CLSI document EP19's test life phase model, this product includes links to requirements, guidance tables, and evidence tables, and fillable and downloadable checklists. As a one-year term subscription like memberships, you can add a subscription to your current membership year, prorated costs or renewals align. We would be happy to work with you on a custom quote for your organization. Other new and updated subscriptions include the gap analysis tool that assists users with performing a quick and easy gap analysis and can track progress towards achieving complete compliance, and the ILA 37 database that was recently updated and provides a harmonized listing of the allergen codes currently used by IgE antibody SI manufacturers. Upcoming publications and products. A couple of microbiology focused webinars are in the works, and you will receive an email when registration is open for both of these webinars. Here's a list of some documents that are coming up next. As the delegate and alternate, you will receive a notice when these do publish. But please note that you can see a current list of these at any time under Projects in Progress under the Standards main menu tab on the website. And follow us on social media to stay current. Please note these key email addresses. Thank you all for attending this webinar. We appreciate you taking the time in your schedule to understand and make the most of your CLSI membership. Please feel free to reach out to us at any point during your membership. We will now open this up to questions.
Thank you so much. We do have a couple of them in the queue, but only about a minute or two left. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the first one. The comment is, this is a great overview, and thank you for that. Could you please show how we allow access to colleagues to comment on documents for review?
Great, and I can take that one. Great question. So Jessica, do you want to bring up quickly the area where you add colleagues to the account? And we'll do a quick video of this that will follow up with all the delegates because we're right at the end of the time. So here Jessica is. So right in this area where you add users to your account, add users link, this is where you can add new users to your account, and those users will be able to go to the commenting area through the My CLSI link, just like we showed before, just like you do. When they get in there, they'll see a link to comment on your behalf as the delegate. And then you'll see their comments come through as draft comments, but we'll do a quick video of that process and send it out with a little bit more information to everybody very soon. And then we're also always happy to do a quick demo if you have more questions. I know some of you are from large organizations, and this is a really important piece. Will really help save a lot of time, hopefully. So definitely feel free to follow up with us. And thank you for our time. We've gone 1 minute over here, so we'll just end the webinar here.
Thank you so much. And with that, we must conclude today's webinar. If you do have any additional questions, please send them to membership@clsi.org. A link to a recorded version of this webinar will be sent to you by email within the next 2 weeks. Thank you for your participation in today's webinar. We hope you'll join us again soon. Today's program is copyright 2022 by the Clinical and Laboratory Standards Institute with all rights reserved. This does conclude the program. Have a wonderful day. You may now disconnect.